What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice, because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and my channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and I will every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. So I'm pretty sure all of you watched the Packers versus Vikings on Monday Night Football. I was pumped. I was excited for that game. As a Packers fan, I'm excited and happy the Green Bay Packers just won the NFC North, and they're probably going to lock up the 1 seed potentially. It's an exciting time to be a Packers fan, but again, I'm objective on this channel. I'm pretty unbiased, I would say. Let's call it a spade here. Let's just evaluate the Minnesota Vikings, because the Minnesota Vikings, they're a pretty good team. I think the Vikings are a good, solid team. You know, I can't name really 5 rosters probably better than the Vikings right now. There's a lot to like about the Vikings, okay? They have really good wide receivers. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, you know, Irv Smith at tight end, Kyle Rudolph as your backup. It doesn't get pretty much better than that. Defensive line are really good. Danielle Hunter is one of the more underrated players in football. Might be the most underrated, really great player in football. Danielle Hunter is a monster. The defensive line is great. Xavier Rhodes does kind of look a little bit washed to me, but again, the secondary is pretty solid. Mike Zimmer's always going to have that defense playing hard. And obviously, you got Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is playing. He's had a monster season, guys. He's finally stayed healthy. I know he missed a lot of time in that Green Bay Packers game, but again, Dalvin Cook's had a great season. He missed the game, I should say, versus the Packers. He didn't miss time. He didn't play in the game because he wasn't healthy for that game. But again, more times than not, the season Dalvin Cook's been healthy. And Kirk Cousins, I said a couple days ago, I believe Kirk Cousins should have made the Pro Bowl. Kirk Cousins is having a good year. I think he was having a good year. I think his play in the regular season, at least, warranted him getting voted into the Pro Bowl. Okay, that's how good of a season Kirk Cousins has had, okay? And he got caught out by Thielen and Diggs earlier in the year. It wasn't looking good. He responded. He's played well. He's had his best season yet. However, are the Vikings a threat in the playoffs? And my answer is a big, fat no. N-O. The Vikings are frauds, and they are not doing anything come playoff time. I just don't see it. For one, they're going to have to travel on the road for pretty much most likely all their playoff games, okay? Because they're going to be a wild card team. Do you really trust Kirk Cousins and Mike Zimmer on the road? I don't. I really don't. And, you know, I just mentioned the wide receivers, the defensive line, Dalvin Cook. I think their offensive line is much improved this year. But I failed to mention and speak highly of Kirk Cousins and Mike Zimmer, okay? Listen. I want to focus on Kirk Cousins right here, okay? A couple weeks ago, I made a video talking about how I believe Kirk Cousins will never win a Super Bowl in a Vikings uniform. And guys, I don't like to be this way, but I feel this. I have not changed that opinion. I haven't. Kirk Cousins is not cut and not built tough enough to win a Super Bowl at this point in his career. He's just not. You know, the quarterbacks that you're going to have to go through in the NFC, I'm going to name him right now. Aaron Rodgers, he's pretty good. He just beat you twice this year, okay? Drew Brees, he's one of the GOATs, okay? Russell Wilson, probably going to finish second in MVP voting. Carson Wentz, although not having the best season, is making players that I don't even know their names look really good. Jimmy G and that 49ers team, they're pretty stacked. There's not very many weaknesses on the 49ers defense or offense. And Jimmy G right now, I saw him in prime time versus the Saints come through and win on the road. I saw him come through versus Jared Goff and a very talented Rams team a couple days ago and beat them when he did not have his best stuff. I trust Jimmy G in the playoffs more than I trust Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry. Kirk Cousins is an above average quarterback, meaning he's not terrible, but he's not elite. And to me, in my opinion, with so many great coaches here today, with so many great quarterbacks, with so many great teams in the NFC, your quarterback's above average. That's not going to get it done. You know, not Brady, because Brady's not in the NFC. We're not going to talk about him. Let's just talk about Rodgers, Breeze, Russell Wilson, the great quarterbacks in the NFC. They just have certain things you can't teach. You know, sometimes coaches are talking about, oh, I call great plays. No, your quarterback is special, and you can't teach some of those things that he can possess, okay? That's just the reality, okay? Kirk Cousins, he's pretty accurate. He's pretty solid of an athlete. He's a good decision maker, although in big games, his decision making sucks. As a leader, I think he's a grown-up. You know, Baker Mayfield, he's not Baker Mayfield. He's not chirpy off the field. I believe you need to be accurate, a solid athlete in today's game, because if we look at the guys that made the Pro Bowl this year, you know, Aaron Rodgers, you know, Russell Wilson, you know, Drew Brees, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson, 5 of those 6 quarterbacks are amazing stud athletes, okay? In today's game, you gotta have a little bit of mobility, okay? I think Kirk Cousins has some mobility, okay? His accuracy, pretty solid, but his decision making is not very good, and I just don't see the special traits with Kirk Cousins. I just don't. You know, Aaron Rodgers, deadly accuracy, probably the most talented overall quarterback we've seen. Patrick Mahomes, maybe the strongest arm in the NFL. Deshaun Watson, maybe one of the best athletes at the position. Lamar Jackson, same thing. Where are Kirk Cousins' special trait? He's good, but what is he great at? You know, when you talk about the 5 tools of baseball, what's his strength if he were a baseball player? You know, can he hit for power? Can he run fast? Can he field really good? What does Kirk Cousins do at an A+ level? I don't see anything. He's good in all areas, but good and not special in today's game when you don't have a special coach like Bill Belichick or Sean Payton or Pete Carroll on your roster. I think Mike Zimmer's a good coach, but that's the problem. See, good teams make the playoffs. The Vikings, they make the playoffs. They're a pretty solid team. They're going to win 10 or 11 games this year. They're good. But are they special enough in the right areas? And guys, in today's NFL, quarterback and coaching matters. Kirk Cousins, 0-9 in primetime games on Monday Night Football. Not showing up versus the Green Bay Packers on primetime. Guys, at one point, Kirk Cousins, I don't know what his record is right now, but a couple weeks ago, Kirk Cousins was 6-28 in his career versus winning teams. That's atrocious. And the one win this year Kirk Cousins has versus a winning team, a team that's going to finish with a winning record this year probably, is the Eagles. That's not good enough. You know, Kirk Cousins lost to Matt Moore earlier in the year, okay? He lost to Mitch Trubisky earlier in the year, okay? And when the lights were on, and when the lights were shining brightest versus the Packers, he couldn't get it done. Guys, Kirk Cousins is playing with a top 5 roster in football. A lot of quarterbacks can do what Kirk Cousins is doing right now. But the Vikings brought him in on a 3-year deal worth $28 million per year to deliver Super Bowls. Okay, Case Keenum got the Vikings to an NFC Championship game. Kirk Cousins cannot win these big games. I just don't see it. Last year, he couldn't even make the playoffs. This year, he makes the playoffs. But again, is he going to go on the road and beat New Orleans, Green Bay, Philadelphia? No, he's not. I just don't see it. There's no proof and no writing on the wall that will tell you Kirk Cousins is going to come up in these pressure situations. His track record is he doesn't win big games. When you watch him play in these big games, he looks uncomfortable. And see, in the NFL, this is a prime example of why Kirk Cousins is probably never going to win big, okay? Dalvin Cook was out, okay? When the pressure was on Kirk Cousins to deliver, see, in the NFL, the quarterbacks that succeed the most are the quarterbacks that can win uncomfortably. You know, when the offensive line is not blocking right, when the wide receivers are dropping passes, when the defense is not playing up to their caliber, when you're missing a stud running back like Dalvin Cook, can you come through and win games for me? And Kirk Cousins is not that guy. He was awful versus the Packers on Monday Night Football. The Packers had 3 turnovers in that game. And Kirk Cousins only scored 10 points? Really? I mean, Philip Rivers even did better versus this Packers team. I know Philip Rivers is still washed, but again, Kirk Kirk just does not step up in these big games, man. And I firmly believe that, sadly, a top 5 roster in football is going to go to waste. I actually, as a Packers fan, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel bad for Vikings fans. You want to know why? Because Kirk Cousins is not the guy. He's a good quarterback. But average to above average quarterbacks, unless you have an elite head coach, and I don't think Mike Zimmer is an elite head coach, they don't win Super Bowls. And even the Joe Flacco's and the Nick Foles of the world, they elevate in big games. Jared Goff even last year. Jared Goff elevated in big games. He outplayed Drew Brees in the Superdome. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes last year. When is the last time Kirk Cousins has outplayed a quarterback that's up to his caliber or a quarterback better than him in a big game? Let's not forget, guys, the Vikings have a top 5 roster. They're pretty good at all positions. Kirk Cousins has a lot of help. A lot of quarterbacks can do what Kirk Cousins is doing right now. And I just don't see the special traits. I don't see the ability to step up in mid games. I don't see the A+ arm talent. I don't see the A+ mobility. I don't see anything Kirk Cousins do. I don't see anything that Kirk Cousins does that is special. I just don't see it. He's not won big games throughout his entire career, and that trend has continued in Minnesota. I thought he was potentially turning the corner, but again, in reality, I just don't think Kirk Cousins is that guy. And in a division with Aaron Rodgers, that's a problem. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? You know, or potentially if it doesn't, you know, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, you know, get other people hip to this channel, you know, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.